Power Play. I'm Caleb.
And I'm Ryan.
And today we're going to be reviewing Sucker Punch, an original movie by Zack Snyder.
His first original movie at that.
Thursday we caught the midnight premiere of the movie, and we wanted to tell you what we thought about it. I'll let Ryan start.
Okay, so Sucker Punch tells the story of this girl. Her name is Baby Doll. Of course, it never really says her real name, does it?
No, not at all.
No, her real name is never said throughout the entire movie, but we just know her as Baby Doll. And anyway, Baby Doll is... yeah, Baby Doll's Baby Doll. And anyway, at the beginning of the movie, we get this, and this really made me feel iffy about the film at first. And it opens with about a 4 to 5 minute slow motion explanation of how she ends up in the insane asylum. And yeah, so it's a slow motion scene in which her stepfather finds out that her mother has passed away, and this is good news for him because he can do whatever he wants to with the girls now. And he finds out that the mother, when she died, left all the money to the girls, and left all the money to the girls.
That's what it was. And he attempts to kill them.
Yes, he attempts to kill them, but fails to when Baby Doll breaks out of the house and gets the gun and tries to shoot the stepfather. For some reason, doesn't kill him. And the stepfather, of course, kills her Baby Doll's little sister, and frames Baby Doll for it, and sends Baby Doll to the insane asylum where the rest of the movie takes place.
Alright, so I like this movie. Alright, it was, I thought it was really good for an original script, since he always bases his stuff off of other things like graphic novels. The plot was iffy. It was confusing. The whole premise, as explained by Zack Snyder's wife and business partner, is that it was a journey through insanity and what somebody would do to get out. I don't know. They don't do that well. They don't show that very well.
I almost wish that during the movie it cuts from in between inside of Baby Doll's mind and back to the original insane asylum. I feel that they should have done more like, okay, here's her mind and here's the asylum more. I really wish they did that. I really wish they cut in between the two worlds more, and they really didn't do that well.
Instead, we get a 5 days later sequence in which she is about to be lobotomized and is remembering everything that happened in the asylum up to that point, except she's in a like a strip joint / whorehouse instead of an insane asylum. And while she's creating that image in her mind, she's also having these other images in her mind, like missions that her and four other young ladies are trying to complete, in which they represented a lot of those very well. The first few were really well represented. Like
yes,
when she was looking for a map, she was in World War II.
It was World War I.
Oh yeah, World War I, looking for a map, and then they were in this castle looking for 2 Firestones, and then etc. But like Ryan said, they should have really switched between the asylum and her thoughts a lot more.
And also,
to apply that.
My main concern about the entire movie is that the trailers for this movie show a very extreme, very, you know, just completely out there plot line, and just like these absolutely ridiculous set moments. And I feel as though that they never took it far enough. They took it to a certain point and it kind of stopped, you know. And so eventually you just get to the point where it's like, oh, okay, this is going to be another ridiculous, you know, sequence. It's like most video games. I think a lot of shooters that go beyond the 8-hour mark usually get it to that point where it's like, oh, this is the same thing I saw, you know, back in level 2 or something like that. And yeah, it plateaus. It has a weird plateau effect with the whole set piece moment thing. And yeah, that was one of my main concerns. Almost as if they took it to this level of extremity, and it's like, well, if you're going to make it this extreme, why not take it to the next level? That's basically what I thought.
And, you know, it was, like we said, visuals, fight scenes, it was beautiful. If this was a video game, this would probably be the best video game ever made.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
You know, story and everything would have made sense as a video game. This, I mean, it's a good movie though.
Yeah.
So let's rate it. This movie is, while it is awesome, could use a lot of work in the plot department and make a lot more sense. I say give it a chance. See it in theaters. Definitely see it in theaters. You'll be very disappointed if you see it on DVD, because the visuals aren't as extravagant as they would be. But definitely go see it while you can. And when it does come out on DVD, just save yourself from it. Don't do it.
Yeah. Let's see. You know, I think it's an hour and 49 minutes long. You know, which is I think for a movie like this is a very decent, you know, a very decent length, and it's very watchable. It's nice to look at, not only for the special effects,
Yeah.
but
They're skanky.
yeah, yes, they are, and yeah, it's worth watching. I think the way I rate movies, and I do it by the Game Informer scale, so instead of like a 4 out of 10, I would give it like a 4.25 or a 4.5 or a 4.75 out of 10. I would give Sucker Punch probably a 7.75 out of 10. Now, I may think a bit higher of it later, but my overall reaction to it, I was pretty disappointed with it. And I feel if Zack Snyder does take this route of originality, original screenplays, I think he could do it really well. I think he could do a really good job with it. But I think Sucker Punch was more of an experiment for him than it was an actual finished, well thought out film. I honestly feel it was just an experiment. So yeah, about a 7.75 out of 10. But definitely give it a watch. You know, I mean, you know, if you have a free weekend, some money to spend, yeah, go watch it. You know, it's well worth it. And you know what Caleb said, it probably wouldn't be as good if you saw it on DVD for the first time. So yeah, check it out while it's still in theaters.
Alright guys, we'll catch you next time on Power Play with Tyler in video games.